Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another one of SV Jazz and formerly SV Hydra's tutorial kind of problem solving videos. I figured out, finally, after depleting the rest of the system, what the actual problem was. So my other pump was leaking around the seams where the motor and the pump seal went together. And I think what happened was this filtration system, so it had this filter cartridge, which consists of the filter, the plastic filtration tank, but the main head unit where it all screws onto seems to have quite the crack around the perimeter, which would definitely affect the pressure because you can see it doesn't quite lock on tight enough to avoid that. So in that might have caused the main problem. Now apparently this has a lifetime warranty. That should not crack. I think it might have cracked vibration, hard to say, but it shouldn't crack. Like, there's nothing hardcore for it to do stress wise, I wouldn't think. But anyways, that seems to be the issue. And if you look, because I am putting in the new tank, I decided to test, before putting everything together, the new Onsen pump, the new accumulator, Onsen accumulator tank, the new Onsen 3.0 pump. I went into the system and I took that filter out because I was going to clean it and replace it because I have two other cartridges under the galley sink. And once I noticed that crack, I'm like, aha, there is my pressure issue. So for now, I'm going to just use the filters. The Onsen pump comes with a pre-filter and the accumulator comes with a pre-filter. So those two filters should keep any debris out of the pump, out of the accumulator tank. You can see here, it's kind of plumbed funky. You'd think you'd just have one in, one out line, but it's kind of teed off because in the head sink here, you have your pressurized water, and then should pressure go to cahoots, you have a manual pump, which you have both here and in the galley. And even though these little filters that come with aren't much, they are something. They have little metal screens in them, which you can almost not see. There, that shows it, little metal screens. So I will use those to keep any debris out of the system for now and put it all back together. But that should give me pressurized water again. I'm really tired of hand pumping, which I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I haven't been able to do any serious work for minor medical reasons. And yeah, so when you're having water issues, I guess it is always good to check your pressure and see if that might be the issue. The other thing I'm going to do is I have a secondary 12-volt pump that I'm going to put into that T system for my outside wash. So on the outside of my cabin, there is a hose outlet. I'm going to put a secondary line out to that. And I even have a nice little wireless remote control switch. So when I'm outside, that little switch on my key ring, or I'll just put it somewhere where I can reach through a hatch, push the button, and it will turn that water supply on and off separate from the pump that runs my galley and my head sink. Redundancy, it's all about redundancy in this business. So again, this is a Mastercraft. It has maximum tense, maximum pressure, 125 psi. Guaranteed, I've never had anything even remotely close to those kinds of pressures. But that's what I'm going to do. Thanks so much for tuning in. And maybe I'll do a little follow-up and show the water system working. I'm interested to see how much quieter and how much smoother the system works when you do install the accumulator tank. Now, for anyone hooking up a system, one thing I researched and read and found out is your accumulator tank needs to be about 2.5 to 3 pounds less pressure than the max pressure, push pressure of your pump. So what I did, most of your accumulator tanks will come pumped up to about 10, maybe 20 pounds PSI. So what I did is I took this little compressor that I have here, screwed the one end into the air valve on the accumulator tank, and I pumped it up to 50 PSI because my pump runs about 52 to 54 PSI. That should be just about right to keep it to where right when I turn on the tap here or the tap in the head, it should turn it on automatically. Now also, you'll notice here I have both hot and cold water. Under my galley there is a cool little 3 liter hot water tank that runs off now both my 12 volt or my dock power 110 system to give it electricity. Yeah, so gonna put her all together and hope for the best. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Take care of each other. Have a great one. Bye. Stinker, say goodbye. Stella says bye. Bye.